And this trip to India has a characteristic that is very special. It was in India that in 2005 that for the very first time I perceived the importance of having international hard currency reserves. I came here my first trip, and India had accrued $100 billion in international hard currency reserves. And I came back to Brazil convinced that we needed to build up our international reserves, and we had to have an extra buffer so to avoid that we will be vulnerable to the changes, international changes. And we managed to do that for the very first time, and we left that position of debtors of the IMF to creditors of the IMF, and we accrued reserves, international hard currency of $360 billion. That was the third or fourth largest international reserve in the world in those days. Till today, with this reserve is still a buffer, a safety buffer for our country. Do not think that there were not people that wanted to use these international reserves for other purposes, but we believe that it's not necessary to use a buffer that is kept for a certain critical situation that may come up, and we should not spend that money without need. Here in 2005, I came back to Brazil, and in Brazil we celebrated that we reached $100 billion of foreign trade. The journalists that were in Brazil, we put in a container in the front of the finance ministry. It was there for more than 2 months to prove the greatness of a country that had reached $100 billion of foreign trade. Today, this foreign trade is close to $649 billion, and I hope that soon we can celebrate $1 trillion of foreign trade.